The lovely thing about this story is that previously, I mean, she's sort of been wrapped in cotton wool, hasn't she?
Yeah, very much
good girl.
so. She was always a mummy's girl, and I think when the rest of the Price family dispersed from the street, she had to stand on her own 2 feet, and I think we started to see a more of a vulnerable side to her then.
Yeah.
Less of a spoilt brat.
And so what's going to happen now? I mean, especially with her and Aidan, what's this going to do to their relationship?
Obviously, she knew she was taking a massive risk in what she was doing, but
for good reason, she thought.
For fantastic reason. And I don't think she would have been able to have lived with herself if she'd have made the other decision and chose to ignore the fact that Marta is in this trouble. So.
Yeah, but Marta, it doesn't look like, she's beginning to look like it's not all that you might think it would be.
Yeah. So Marta does take a couple of items from Billy's house, who is
Billy
the
the
vicar.
priest, yeah.
Billy, yeah. So Eva then, you know, her stomach drops and she thinks, wow, you know, has this all been a massive hoax? Is this girl a thief? Have I been set up? Have I lost everything? So huge things at stake for her.
Boyfriend Aidan is the boss of Underworld. The O'Driscolls are the biggest client. So you go round to dinner at their house, accuse them of what we saw earlier on. So now they're demanding that,
well,
that she gets the sack.
potentially she could lose everyone's job. You know, the majority of the business that is coming into Underworld at the minute is from the O'Driscolls, so she might have just put all her friends out of work if they, you know, pull out of Underworld then.
And what's her job doing? I mean, is her job safe, or...?
I don't think it's safe.
No,
Aidan's not best pleased, so...
And, of course, that's going to affect their relationship as well.
Yeah,
So
and they've only just kind of started to get together. It's been a bit of a slow burner, and, you know, she said in a previous episode, this might be the best guy I've ever met, and...
Oh, no.
And now it's, yeah...
Well, of course, that's the soap, that's the story, that's Corrie. But it's based on, and all of these stories that Corrie does, so carefully researched, but it is based on, sadly, based on fact. Absolutely,
and I think it's something, well, to my knowledge anyway, I don't think any other soap has touched upon this subject matter before, but it's something that's very real. I'm working with a charity at the minute called Hope for Justice. They're on @HopeForJustice on Twitter. And, you know, they estimate that there's about 20 million people worldwide in some form, you know, that have been victims of human trafficking in some way, be it, you know, sexual exploitation or the likes of Marta.
Well, you were shown, I think the cast was shown a story from Rochdale, weren't they?
Yeah, that was very recent.
So
you know, a couple in Rochdale had been holding somebody as exactly how Marta has been treated, which is just horrific. I mean, some of the stories on the website are absolutely heartbreaking. It's hopeforjustice.org, and it's a real eye-opener.
So as for you and being in Coronation Street, I mean, this is a bit of a dream job, isn't it? I mean, you're not planning on going anywhere anytime soon.
No, I mean, you know, as an actress, there's other things that I'd love to do, but Corrie for me is home, so I'd like to think that I'd always come back and, you know, she'll be behind the bar with boobs under her eyes at 80 and, you know, still being the feisty lady that she is. That would be great if, you know, if I can always have Corrie as home. That's the dream,
it's a lovely thing to come back to as well, because you've gone straight into this story after maternity leave, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yeah.
So is that off you one now?
Very nearly, yes, couple of weeks.
Well, how does it work out, sort of being a mother and working on a soap? And, I mean, you live very close to the set, don't you?
Yeah, I'm really lucky because we've got a great support network. Both families are really helpful.
And you're planning your own wedding at the moment, aren't you?
I am. Trying. I've been so busy,
Did you get a phone call from the wedding planner?
From the wedding planner, yes.
And did the wedding planner say, you really have to start concentrating on this a bit?
Yeah, I've just been so busy with Corrie, and yeah, she just phoned me up. She was like, "You are getting married?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So we need to plan it.
So, so how are you going to fit in the wedding, the baby, the soap with this trek you're doing as well? Because what is this you're doing?
So it's for Trek Fest, and we're working in aid of two charities: Super Josh, which is a children's brain tumour charity, and for Parkinson's. And we're going to be walking the Brecon Beacons.
Wow.
So it's very different for me because I'm used to weight training and doing short intervals, but so this is serious steady state cardio over 2 days. Yeah. So, but for two wonderful charities.
And you're going with, who is it?
So Katie McGlynn is going to be doing it, and Tisha Merry as well. So, and there's a couple of personal trainers on board, and my Tom's coming as well. So, it should be great.
We talked about this before, because you do keep yourself very fit, don't you?
I try, yes. Yeah, I'm very much into...
Do you enjoy it?
I do, and I feel if I don't go to the gym and, you know, I'm not quite on it with nutrition, I think it shows, and I feel lethargic. And as a new mum and, you know, being in Corrie, you need the energy. You can't afford to eat rubbish, really. You've got to look after yourself, as I'm sure you two know.
Well, you look amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You look really well.
Amazing story, great story to get your teeth into. Yes. I would love her dad to come into the story at some stage.
Yeah, because she spoke about him several times, and the fact that a lot of her issues with guys are because, you know, her biological father...
So that's a whole story. We haven't
like
even seen it. We don't know him yet.
That would be great for them to bring in a really...
Well, we've just chucked it out there now.
Yes,
so.
exactly.